The sun is setting.
Yeah, that'll look much better.
Here I am.
There you are.
Does everybody know everybody? Okay, well, this is everybody.
So the only person we're missing is Kathe, correct?
And Becca. Oh, there's Becca. Hi, Becca. So now that we have Becca, we've got everybody. I think, yes, just we're missing Kathe. So we are down a Farris and down a friend.
Becca makes 8. I make 9. Okay, cool.
So I'm going to do the hosting. So I'm good. She'll pop in when she pops in.
Oh, you're gonna start. Oh, you're gonna.
Yeah. I'm hosting. Okay. Yeah. You know, we're not.
Oh, I thought we were gonna wait for Kathe. I thought.
No. So, okay. So Dennis, I'm going. So you guys, if you want to put it on Facebook, it's under Farris and Friends.
It's gonna be Boston Comedy Shows their page because I can't get into the Comedy Studios page.
Okay.
Because we're still dealing with that issue.
Oh no.
But can't people like watch it and click this link, or you want it's going to be streaming too or something?
Both.
Streaming to the YouTube, it's streaming to on Facebook to Boston Comedy Shows, and I'll
Is
start
Kathe
that
okay?
Yeah, she's fine. Yep, Grandma Trudy's in the waiting room.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, do you want me to start letting the audience in, and we'll get rocking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom, Grandma Trudy's coming.
Coming. She's been here since the beginning.
I sent her the link. I hope her friends come too.
Hi, Becca.
Hi, everybody. We're going to get started in a second. So bear with us. But thanks for coming. We're very happy to have you. You have a good show ahead of you tonight. Anybody have any questions? All right.
How's your day going, not Kathe Farris?
Well, I woke up and I realized I wasn't Kathe Farris, and it's just been going downhill ever since. Yeah. Somebody told me that they saw I was walking down the street, they saw me walking my dog, and they said that I had the cutest dog they've ever seen, which is obvious because she is the cutest dog anyone's ever seen. And then they said, which is a big deal because I don't like dogs. So both me and my dog are having a good day.
Where is her name? Roxy, right?
What's that?
What's her name?
Roxy.
Roxy. Is she around?
She is. She is. She can co-host with me in the morning, at the beginning. Once we get the video going up, I'll go pick her up.
Yes.
She doesn't say much.
It's okay.
But she's adorable.
Is a human face.
She does have a human face. I must agree. Okay, it's just very quiet. Like I feel like somebody must have a question. Somebody
Steph, do you
must
have a
want to say
question?
something.
Stephanie Dolan, do you have a question?
Yeah.
Stephanie
How are
Darwin,
you?
were you just Stephanie, am I right to assume that you just made a finals? Is that you? Somebody made a finals of some
Thank you
contest.
for thinking that of me, but that was not me.
Oh.
I'm glad you thought so highly. I don't know. I don't know what to ask. Ellen, where did you get your glasses? No,
Oh.
back up. Ellen, can you give us a fun animal fact for today? I know you've got them.
I don't think she's legally allowed to.
I'm not legally allowed to anymore because,
Can you
well,
give us other fun facts, like a fun fact about like the weather or?
well, I do have a fun fact about I have some fun facts that I could throw your way. I gave you guys my Andy Garcia fact about him having a kid on his shoulder, right? A twin, a Siamese twin on his shoulder.
Like grafted onto his shoulder?
Yeah, so okay, so he was born with a Siamese twin on his shoulder, but it was just a bunch of cells and hair and some teeth and stuff like that. And it was removed very early on in his life, and so he has no recollection of it whatsoever.
Did they like save it? I hope they did. Ellen, you're like a human Snapple fact. Yeah, I love that. Wait, how did you, I really want to know what keywords were in your Google search history to lead you there?
You know, I mean, truth be told, I have a very, very bad memory. Like I can't remember what people tell me, but I remember random weird facts. Always. So if you give me a random weird fact, I will remember it.
Hey, Ellen, I'm ready to start the show when you are.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I'm ready.
Kathy's here. I see the real.
Yeah, what kind of,
Kathy,
what is
I
this, like a community book group or something, Ellen? I thought the show would have started by now. Jeez. Honest to God. I mean,
We
well,
haven't
first of all,
started.
I should say thanks. Thanks, Ellen.
Yeah, that's, I knew you meant to say something. Yeah. It came in real hot though.
Well, I have to tell you, you know what's great about it is that I
You got
have
a video
ovary.
going, Kathy. Shh.
Oh, sorry.
Like you're Ellen all of a sudden.
I've missed this so much.
Oh, there's no sound.
There is no sound. Should I make sound? Do you want me to talk over it?
Grandma Trudy, are you here?
A scorpion bowl for 4 and proceed to drink it alone.
My neighbors all think I'm the superintendent of this building.
This is going great.
You want to stop me?
Sexual tension between two nutcrackers.
He got COVID and I didn't.
Just out of spite, I'll be like, hey, I miss ya. But then autocorrect turns it into, hey, I miss us.
Oh, but not laughing.
We're going to be locked up.
But it was good.
It was
proud
good.
of us.
Yes.
Our little pot farm was
Right.
successful.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
Thank you so much for coming to Farris and Friends, part of the Comedy Studio series. This is a live interactive comedy show presented via Zoom, so please feel free to start your cameras and unmute your microphones. Do keep in mind, if you can hear us, we can probably hear you. So, if there are any distractions during the show, children, pets, food delivery, or the like, we ask that you please mute yourself while taking care of it, and then turn your microphones back on, because we love to hear you laugh. Now, with all that out of the way, put your hands together and welcome your host for this evening, Kathe Farris!
Oh, I made it. I first, I want to thank everyone for being here, and I want to thank our team, Dennis and Becca, and my friend Ellen, who is going to step in for me, but then decided to lead some kind of community book group instead of do the show, which, I'll take any help I can get. But
that's not what happened. That's not what happened. I was bringing people in. I was making sure everybody felt comfortable before we started the show. And then Steph asked me if I had an animal fact. And then Dennis shared that I'm not legally allowed to do animal facts anymore. So I stopped. And I instead gave a different fact. So
I'm actually glad you brought that up, because we actually legally have to talk about that before. Anybody who was at our first show last month, thank you for coming back. Also, we want to apologize because even though Ellen's segment was a hit, the reason it was a hit is because it's somebody else's stuff. Okay. The talented Sally Bowen does animal facts, and she shared this animal fact, and Ellen just took it. Like the way she told us, the way she presented it to us at the last show was that she did a legitimate search, and then another one where it was like, oh, that wasn't a real fact. No, it's this very talented comedian's whole act. We tried to get her here tonight.
This is not how it happened.
Ellen, this isn't a Senate hearing. This is me telling our viewers what's happening. So that's just the way things are going. But let's just apologize and let you know that Sally will be coming on. She thought it was kind of hilarious. And so you've made a new friend, if there's anything there. So there's a bright side of that. Also, good news. The whole reason I was late, there was traffic, and I got to experience road rage for the first time in 11 months. Honestly, it was exhilarating. I mean, it wasn't warranted, but it was exhilarating nonetheless. So I think that that's just a good sign. You know what I mean? Some people are getting vaccinated. Others are just yelling unprovoked things at random innocent people. So excited about that. I think we should just get the show started, because we have lots of great stuff happening tonight, and I'm super.
Yeah, can I just say that I had a whole thing to do tonight. I was going to say, we're missing a Farris and we're missing a friend. But you got me, you got Ellen, but it didn't happen because you weren't here. So
once again, Ellen, and I love you, and I thank you so much for doing this. I called you and said that to you. I said, Ellen, we're going to be missing a Farris, and now we're missing a friend. And you just misrepresented it again, where you're like, well, actually, I had a whole thing lined up that I was going to do this thing. No, Ellen, no, you weren't going to do that. I mean, I appreciate what you're doing, and I'm being soft-spoken about it because I'm sick of getting comments from people about how mean I am to you. When I'm not.
My sister actually called, and she goes, that girl doesn't like you at all.
That's not true. I just have control issues, and you're way too laid back, and we just trying to merge it. That's all that is. That's all that is. But you know what? People aren't here for this. They're trying to avoid their family bickering. They don't need ours. Let's just go on with the show. What do you think?
All right, I say it, but I have to say, I think they love it. And even if they don't, I tell myself that every night.
That's what I mean, Ellen. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
all right. I like that you tell yourself that every single night. Okay. All right. Well, let's just get going. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Daylight savings time this weekend too. Another good thing. We're going to lose an hour of sleep. You're not going to want to see me on Sunday. That's not going to be pretty.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I'm not going to see you on Sunday. Somebody else in the room might, but so I'm
Our
good.
first comedian tonight, one of my favorite people who was in Boston and then moved to LA and now is back in Boston. And we're very excited to have her back here. We hope
I like her too a lot. I like her a lot too. I was going to introduce her, and I was going to say the same exact thing that you just said about how she was in Boston and then moved to LA and then came back. And I was kind of excited about being able to bring her up, but no, go ahead. You're doing fine.
Put your hands together for the wonderful, hilarious Caitlin Arcand.
Wow, everyone's fighting over me. So nice. I was just thinking how I haven't done a Zoom show in a while, and then I come and you guys have all this drama, and it's like watching a reality show, and I love it. I love it. That's why I came back to watch you guys fight. I'm very excited to be here. I also love Ellen and Kathe. Like they said, I have spent the majority of this pandemic quarantining in LA. And the best part about quarantining in LA is that you don't have to interact with other people that live in LA. Which I love. The first week I arrived there, I went into a nail salon, and this girl was sitting there telling the nail guy, she was like, I want my nails to look like a coffin, but not like too coffin-y. And I'm like, okay, I normally don't say this, but I can't wait till this bitch dies. Like, she is gonna be so disappointed. I hope they give her the coffiniest coffin they have. You can't do anything in LA without people thinking that you're threatening them. I went into a parking garage and I beeped my horn at the person in front of me because they wouldn't move. And the parking attendant looks me dead in the eyes and does the sign of the cross. I was like, dude, this body is 5'3" and made out of craft singles. What the hell am I gonna do to you? What the hell have you seen in this garage to make you do that? I did come back to Boston. I came back to Boston to work on a movie. And I'll tell you, working on movies during COVID is insane. And I got put in charge of running COVID testing for the entire cast and crew. And if you're wondering what kind of medical degree I have that qualifies me to do that, it's simply just none. I just watched a lot of episodes of Sex Sent Me to the ER, and they were like, that'll do. There I am running COVID testing. And now I'll tell you, I will take that job any day, because when you run COVID testing, you're also in charge of deciding who gets swabbed by who. So no one was rude to me on that movie set. Because if they were, I'd be like, oh, good morning. The ex-military commander with a shaky hand is waiting for you. Enjoy your surprise lobotomy, Susan. I loved it. I loved having the power. And also, you learn so many things about people when you watch them get swabbed on a daily basis. Like you learn who doesn't like getting swabbed, who sneezes when they get swabbed, who finds swabbing to be their kink. And that is where my Sex Sent Me to the ER knowledge comes in handy, because I was like, oh, season 3, episode 16, Tale of 2 Dosegasms. I know this one. I know all of this. I'm actually glad to be back in Massachusetts. I grew up here. I grew up in a really, really old house. So I used to tell everyone that it was haunted with type 2 diabetes. My family's very fat. My first birthday party was at a McDonald's and some kid shit in the ball pit. So my parents were really setting me up for success. My dad had a life-size cutout of Ronald McDonald in our basement. And I just thought that's what every kid had. So every time someone would come over, I'd be like, you want to see my Ronald in the basement? And my parents would be like, call DSS. We're gonna head out. I'd go to their houses and their parents would be like, oh, do you want some like an apple or some trail mix? You're like, fuck trail mix. That's just chocolate chips with obstacles, and I'm not ready for a challenge.
That's good.
Oh, wait, okay, sorry, how about a tangerine? I'm like, that's just an orange with a master's degree. I'm not impressed. I've been Caitlin Arcand. Thank you guys so much.
Caitlin, thank you. It's so good to have you back. Do you think you'll stay in Boston, Caitlin?
I signed a lease, so yes.
All right, nice. More good
Didn't you
news.
didn't you also get married when you were in LA?
Say that a little louder for my non-engaged boyfriend in the other room.
Never mind.
No, anymore. we're not married, but he is in the other room. I told him
He put a ring on it.
Let's make it more awkward. Invite him into the room.
I told him he's not.
Where's Grandma Trudy? We'll get Grandma Trudy on him.
No, I don't. I told him
Work your magic.
Pay for a ticket like everyone else.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what you don't understand with Farris and Friends is that I've got some tight friends, and they have some tight friends. You get this is for anybody who is in a committed relationship who wants to really lock that thing down. I have a group. I've got Grandma Trudy's posse, and they will guilt that person in to engaging you. We'll do it. We'll do it next month. We'll do it.
He just got off a 12-hour workday. He's gonna love this.
Yeah.
Oh, big deal. I mean, I'm a mom. I haven't got off a work day since like 1996.
That's when I was born.
Woo-hoo. Jeez. All right. Well, thanks, Caitlin. I'm super glad that you're staying around. And just give us another, 3 months. We'll get this figured out.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Caitlin, everybody. All right. All right. Let's keep this going. Ellen, is it okay if I keep it going?
I'm sorry. I'm not talking. My hosting duties was only for the first comic, so I'm done now.
I noticed because you're on your phone for right now.
No, well, that's so funny that you say that, because I was trying to get it stream it live on my Facebook.
Oh, damn it. That's really nice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's just keep going then. I feel like our bantering magic isn't going tonight very well.
I feel it. Carolyn Plummer feels it. I saw her laugh once.
Oh, well, there we go. Well, Carolyn Plummer is laughing once. You guys, this is a hit.
We're crushing it.
And you're in for a treat like that. We got Carolyn Plummer tonight on a Friday, like that. But called in some friend favors there. But our next comedian up is one of a really up and comer here in Boston, and so what a treat for all of you. You're welcome. You're gonna love her. We love her. Amma Marfo, everybody. Amma, how are you?
Great. Hi, everybody. I'm fantastic because it is Varsity Blues Documentary Day. So anybody who followed Operation Varsity Blues scandal as closely as I did back when that was the biggest thing we had to worry about, now we have a whole documentary to watch, which is fantastic. It's on Netflix. Great day to be here. Great day to tell you all about it. I got to be honest, the whole scandal, even though I was riveted about it, I had a lot of feelings about it. I mean, like, being somebody whose parents were like super excited for her to go to college, and they are foreign. So like the idea of paying $50,000 just to get into a school and it being a state school, like they did not get that. So that was a hard enough thing to explain, first of all. But there's so much involved in it. Like, I think about being a person that worked really hard to get to go to college, or like people who have gotten far heavier jail sentences. I mean, as someone who is really big on academic integrity, both Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman had storylines in their shows about cheating to get their kids into college. So they plagiarized in real life. But honestly, the part of it that I had the most trouble with is, as somebody who studied film in college, this is not what Varsity Blues is about. And I feel like we have overlooked that for way too long. So, you weren't a 13-year-old girl in 1998. Let me explain to you what Varsity Blues is about. There is one kid in it. He was on Dawson's Creek, and he really wants to go to college. And no one around him wants to go. So that just felt weird to me. There's one black kid in it, but they forget about him like a third of the way into the movie. But like, if you think about what this whole thing is, like an entire group of adults mobilizing to get a kid into college, this is not that. If anything, this is the Skulls that came out the following year. So if you weren't a 14-year-old girl in 1999, let me explain that one to you. That one is about the other kid from Dawson's Creek goes to college and realizes it's full of a bunch of rich kids whose parents pulled a whole bunch of political favors to get them in. There's one black kid in that, he gets killed by a rich white guy and there are no consequences. So that's also very real. So even though I am jazzed to watch this documentary, just the accuracy piece of it is really, really holding me up here. Like, if they can't name it right, how are they possibly going to adjudicate it properly? I don't know, but at least we have the movie to enjoy to find out. Now, the real thing I want to do while I'm here is I need some help in a war that I'm fighting in my household. So I have been sleeping so poorly lately. And the newest reason why that is because one of my roommates has decided around bedtime that all the doors in the house need to be slammed. So like bedroom door, bathroom door, all closet door. There are cleaning supplies in there he doesn't clean, so I really don't know what he's doing in there. All of the cabinets in the kitchen, drawers, kind of only technically a door, but he's really exercising that privilege as well. And it is a whole thing. It's like the latest part of like this quiet power battle going on in the house, a war of passive aggression, if you will. And I need to figure out what I want to do next. So we're going to help. People are doing a lot of work on Zoom. Let's get some work done here. So I'm going to talk through two options, and you get to let me know in the chat, A or B, which one sounds good to you. Now, let me preface how I decided to come upon these options. When we first talked to him about moving in about 6 months ago, we realized that the college that he works at now is the college that I used to work at. And I use that as one of those mental shortcuts, like, oh, we have something in common, we'll probably get along great. But then I remembered that I stopped working at that college because the people were impossible and I couldn't get anything done. So that's on me. I take responsibility for that. But I realized now there are a few really specific things we can do to solve this problem. So again, I'll give you your two options and you get to vote. So A, I have a friend that works in HR and I think I can file an HR complaint. Hear me out on this. So we both work at home right now and the state that he's leaving the bathroom in is a genuinely toxic work environment. So I feel fairly confident that I can go to my friend that works in HR and say, can you please do something about this? So that's one of the options. So if that's the choice you pick A. B is a site called ratemyprofessor.com. Anybody that's been to college fairly recently knows that it is a place you can go to rate the performance of a professor. And I mean, he's teaching on the other side of my wall. I might have picked up a little bit of chemistry. I don't know. We'll find out when I have to use it. But I'm thinking about putting in a review on ratemyprofessor.com. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to say yet, but it's probably going to be something to the effect of, I don't know if I would trust somebody to teach chemistry who I can't trust to reliably pick up a broom. Something like that. The wording's not, but I'm trying to figure out if that's going to be the route that I take. And for those of you that have never been on Rate My Professor, you also have an option of rating somebody with chili peppers if you think they're hot. So if you have a hot professor, you can let people know what they're getting into. He's not getting chili peppers. I won't do it. Because the most heated I really ever get is when I go to throw something away in the kitchen and I realize there's no bag. And that's a very different kind of hot. You get what I'm saying? So at this point, let's see what you have to say. A, B, let's go in. Several people said both. I like your level of spite. Thank you very much. See, A, there's nothing more painful than overly complex bureaucracy. You know, that's very true. And I feel like a complex process is especially tedious because we'll talk a little bit about how we pay for things in the house. All you have to do is send a Venmo request. That is one thing. And he never does it. So having him go through 4 or 5 steps, that's extra pain, and I can get behind that. So thank you. See a lot of A's, but also a lot of B's. All right, I'm going to take this into advisement. And for those that are genuinely worried about what's going to happen, let me just say, I am African by birth, so I am petty enough to think these things all the way through. But I am socialized Canadian, so I am too polite to follow through. So this is purely an experiment. I did want to make sure that I had the opportunity to talk about it with you all. Just thank you for going along with me and letting me dream a little bit, especially because it's the only dreaming I'm doing right now. So thanks, everybody. That's my time. I'm Amma Marfo.
Thanks. I love that we're crowdsourcing issues here. We can get somebody married and somebody kicked out of their apartment merely by just having a free online show. I love this. We're going to change the whole scope of this. Yeah, we might have gotten rid of Ellen's like fictional facts that she lifted from other comedians, but look at how we're growing as a group. We're growing, everybody. You know what I'm going to do? Next time, I'm actually going to, can you send me a photo of your roommate? And I'm going to make a cork person of them and a cork person of you. And we're going to like role play you putting out both of these options so we see which one would work better.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay. I like this rate your professor thing too. I know about this because my daughter is a senior in college, and honestly, it's been nail biting because I'm surprised that she's like one more office hour away from a restraining order. She's on her professors all the time. Like, why haven't they gotten back to me? I've asked them about it. It's just awful. It's awful. I mean, I'm glad she's independent, but it's very stalkerish.
You better be giving them high ratings because if my roommate is anything to be aged by, they are exhausted by office hours, but people are supposed to use them. So good that she's getting her money's worth. Your money's worth.
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Amma. That was awesome. That was awesome. And good luck with that. It's, you know what? It's prepping you for marriage. Honestly, what you just described was my first 17 years of marriage. So
yeah, right now, so I'm handling it head on and perfectly.
Yeah. I like your confidence. Okay, our next comedian was supposed to be the second one, but I did a third. A lot of people think that was a mistake. I call it a power play. That's just how I'm going to play it off, okay? It's just going to be
I
a power
wouldn't have
play.
gotten it wrong.
Ellen,
Just saying. I mean, I have the lineup right here, and I was all prepared to host.
just breathe. I'm just going to inhale in love and light, exhale out the outrage that not all Trader Joe's sell wine. And we're with Ellen now. And we're breathing and we're ready. We're ready. Let's just keep going. You guys, our next comedian comes from the lovely state of either Rhode Island or Connecticut. I can't remember which right now because the road rage is still boggling around in my brain right now. But he is wonderful. And he's not going to remember that anyway because he just had twins about a year ago. So put your hands together for the very funny Dean Abbott.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, Kathe. Massachusetts. I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay, not anymore. Not anymore, Dean. You've moved, okay?
I'll pick Connecticut. Yeah, this past year has been a year. It's been crazy. I'm a father of twins that are a little over a year old now. And this past year is just, it's brought my wife and I closer that we've ever been together. It's crazy. And we're talking about things that we've never talked about before, like divorce.
That's funny.
No, these are jokes. But we did decide we're gonna wait till the kids are old enough, till they understand that's their fault. But we have been on edge. It's like we're not getting any sleep. We're both juggling jobs and babies, and it's crazy. My wife got really upset at me one night over a nightmare that I had. I woke up from in a jolt because I had a nightmare, and I woke her up. She goes, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I had a nightmare." And this is probably the only sleep she was getting. And she goes, "What was your nightmare?" I go, "Well, my nightmare was I was in Worcester, and
That's a nightmare. There it is.
my car got towed, and where they towed it like 40 minutes away from where it was parked." And then my wife looked at me and she goes, "That was your fucking nightmare?" She goes, "Do you know I had a nightmare that you put the twins in a microwave?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, you just don't understand how upset you were that you had to come to Worcester to pick me up." My goal for the past year has been not to drop a baby, because it's good to have goals, and there's two of them, so I'm twice as likely to drop a baby. But I'm happy to report that I have not dropped a baby. it's been a year and I have not dropped a baby, but I have dropped my iPhone on a baby. I don't know if anybody's ever dropped their phone and was like, ooh, that screen's cracked. Joke usually does hit a soft spot. My son, though, he did fall off the bed. They say it only takes a second. This took 10 minutes. I was in the kitchen singing Five Monkeys Jumping on a Bed, and my son fell over. This happened while my wife was downstairs teaching on Zoom. She's a teacher, and she was teaching her class on Zoom, and I came flying downstairs with a screaming baby in the background. So it's been a fun year. I do wish they would stay this age because I know what I'm in for. But they're at the cute stage right now. The only thing I'm not going to miss is changing diapers. It's crazy. Every time I have to change the diaper pail, I'm like, every time I do it, it's the same thing. I say the same thing. I'm like, I just changed this. And changing the diapers now that they're very mobile. The strategy I use, I'll have one on the diaper changing table and I'll put the other one in the crib. And my son's only a year and a half, so I don't know where he found the time to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he knows how to flip over. It's almost like a Street Fighter game. Like my daughter's in the background jumping up and down the crib, and my son will be going up, up, down, down, left, left to release the his specialty move, which is pee on you. I'm gonna miss this age because I know what I'm in for. Because I think of the day when I was a child, like when I was 8 years old, the stupid things that I did. One of the stupid things I did was when I was 8 years old, I was really into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and when I was 8 years old, I got stuck in a storm drain. So it was a whole ordeal. The fire department had to come. Actually, the news crew showed up too because they thought they had a baby Jessica on their hands. That's a 1987 reference. Sorry.
No, we all got it. Everyone's laughing at the drop babies too. This is the kind of crowd we have tonight. Keep going, Dean.
I'm gonna close off strong. No, that's the time I'm gonna put it, guys. Thanks a lot for having me. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Dean. And congratulations on the new material. We're over real well tonight.
I feel like if you just keep like dropping your baby, it's like I'm just gonna drop my baby and then I'll have a 5-minute bit.
I like that everyone was just okay with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like they're just okay with it.
They thought he was kidding.
Don't tell her
I think they thought he was joking.
I won't. I'm gonna like it when you log off and your wife would hear the whole set. She's not gonna appreciate any of that.
Standing at the door like.
It is a hard time right now. In the pandemic, I was just talking to a friend today who was talking about how he's struggling in his marriage. I'm like, oh please! Like I remember there are times maybe like 4 months ago. I'm like, this is so great. I get all this time because everyone's moved home, and I feel like we're connecting and I'm with my soulmate. And then maybe 14 hours later, 2 a.m., I'm looking at real estate for my own apartment. Like it's just gone downhill. It's just up and down. And welcome, that's how it is. You know what I mean? Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Dean Abbott, everybody. Dean Abbott. I feel like we're all bonding here now. We're gonna get Caitlin engaged. We're gonna evict Alma's roommate, and we're just going to say some prayers for Dean's kids. Say some prayers for Dean's kids, everybody. I don't know if Grandma Trudy is in a prayer group. I am. And we'll just start putting a list together so we can just start doing some of that as a community. Our next comedian, who has been on Farris and Friends many times, favorite of ours.
I love him.
Ellen, sometimes like I'm on a beat, like you know what I mean, like I'm on a beat kind of thing, like.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. And then I come in and I just interrupt and stuff. Yeah.
No, just real quick side note here, Ellen. We had a Zoom meeting about this on Tuesday. We had a Zoom meeting about this, right?
No.
People, I just want you to know, I plan this stuff. I practice. I have a team of people who help me produce and market this. And Ellen and I had and it had an agenda. We had like a meeting about this, and this is exactly. We actually role played this thing about like not doing it this way because you know, I know it. Anyway.
I know it's hard. It's hard. I'm not easy.
This is why I don't do improv, Ellen. This is why I don't do improv. Like I'm straight.
No. I know. I get it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to change, but I get how you feel.
I don't even know how to release this tension, but can anybody feel for me in this thing? Please don't send me any more comments about how, thank you, Carolyn. Thank you.
Carolyn.
I don't do improv either.
I don't do improv.
That wasn't the point, Carolyn. It wasn't about improv.
I know Carolyn's like, I'll raise my hand because I don't do improv. Good one, Carolyn. Okay.
She's on your side. God.
I know, but she still raised her hand, which made me feel like she was not for a second, and then she came back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, go adjust your ring light. Let's keep going. So you're in for a treat here. He's so talented. Put your tap shoes on. I guess tap shoes, right? Tap shoes.
Why not? Yeah.
Can I just say this one thing? Did anybody get that thing in their newsfeed about like learning tap at home, tap dancing at home, where you just put them on your sneakers? Like learn to tap dance at your own pace.
What is your algorithm doing?
Kathy.
I have no idea. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, let me just keep going now because now I think I am an improver. So I'm just stopping and ad-libbing stuff because I've got this like, I don't know, slight confidence issue.
Oh, but your bangs look so good.
Thanks. I cut them myself. That's even a lie. I didn't cut them myself. I actually went to the salon because I'm afraid of my hairstylist. Anybody else afraid of their hairstylist?
Sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Usually what I have to do, just a side note, like when I cut them myself, then I have to wait 3 weeks for them to grow out. And then I have to confess to her because I don't want her to think like, am I not a talented stylist anymore? How did I let this happen? Plus I'm afraid of her.
Yeah.
Okay. Put your hands together for the hilarious Matt Shore.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Unfortunately, we are completely out of time. No, I love you guys. I live for the bickering. It's my favorite part of the show.
Thanks. It's my thing too. So not Kathy's.
I was including you. I was including you in that.
No, I know. It's really that was a compliment to me, not to Kathy.
Ellen, he's doing his set.
Right.
I know, but I was just jumping in.
Anyway,
okay, you go now, Matt.
Any hoozle. Hey, everyone. Welcome to my recording studio apartment. I am in a teeny tiny apartment. I can give you a quick tour. This is it. This is the whole thing. I don't know if you guys can see, but like behind this little space here, that's my bed. So if this doesn't go well, I can just get on up, walk over, flop down, brand new day. No big deal. So you're probably wondering, hey, Matt Shore, what's this little tiny keyboard doing in front of you? And let me tell you, folks, I'm so glad you asked. This is so I can complain about the size of my apartment in song form. So we're gonna do that. This is what my dreams sound like. Okay. talking about. People wonder if it's worth the rent. Living in a studio apartment. It's hard to be upbeat when you don't got much square feet. When your kitchen is your bathroom, is the bedroom, is the living room. Yeah, my kitchen is the bathroom, is the bedroom, and I hope we're moving soon, cause uncomfortable, don't you know? Living in that studio, yeah, uncomfortable, don't you know? Living in that studio. In the closet is everything I own. Living in that studio, yeah, uncomfortable, don't you know? Living in that what? Layout design, leave you breathless. Furniture fit like we're playing Tetris. Eyes not seeing with precision. Sitting too close to the television. Can't back up cause we don't got space. Dresser also doubles as a bookcase. I can reach all the pots and pans cause the kitchen is the same length as my wingspan. Uncomfortable, don't you know? Living in that studio, yeah. Uncomfortable, don't you know? Living in that studio. I can hear my girlfriend on a Zoom while I am sitting in the other room. Other room in quotations, that doesn't exist. And I don't know how much more I can take of this. Oh yeah. Not much more. It's kind of like a piggy bank. We got really close quarters. Yeah. Oh. Thanks, guys. That's very nice. That makes me feel a lot better about my living situation. Your claps and smiles. Thanks so much. Man, like, all I can think of when I'm doing this is that my neighbors just must hate me because everything's going through my headphones right now. So all they hear is, ha! I hate my apartment. And they're like, me too. Like, even if they were banging on the wall right now, I wouldn't be able to hear them when I'm wearing these, which kind of brings me to an issue with these headphones that I will share with you right now.
Hey, Matt, it's Dennis. You might have switched your audio again because we lost you.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
There it is. Now we're hearing it. Thank you.
Is this it? Awesome. All right. So whenever I wear these headphones, my girlfriend and I usually have the same conversation over and over. And that conversation goes a little like this. It goes like, what? Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, what? Just over and over and over. What? Oh, but I always apologize. I always say I'm sorry. I say, I'm sorry for not answering. These headphones are noise canceling. Didn't mean to cause you harm. I wouldn't even hear the fire alarm. And I know that that's unsafe. Yeah, definitely a safety hazard if you can't hear the fire alarm. But it's so hard. Because I got my headphones on when I'm working at my desk like, what? She comes in looking very upset like, what? She says, ver, 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 ver. And I'm like, what? So she rips them off my head and I'm like, what? And she says, oh my guy, I told you it's your turn to take the trash out tonight. Oh, and I don't want to fight. Oh, but next time I come back, I won't be so polite. And I'm like, what? Thanks so much, guys. My name's Matt Shore. Appreciate ya.
Matt Shore, thank you so much. Super talented, super talented. I'm sure your girlfriend loves that you put all. You're like the David Allen Boucher of Zoom comedy right now, and I love it. And if people don't know who David Allen Boucher is, shame on you. He's a very talented radio guy who puts everybody to sleep with his transitions from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. each night.
Well, I'm glad I'm putting you to sleep, Kathe.
Oh, I didn't mean like that. I mean, like he was soothing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh,
No, I know.
okay. All right. I'm just saying all the wrong things. But I mean all the right things because I have all the right people.
If I was hosting, I wouldn't have insulted Matt.
Ellen, you're making a wicked tense. I
stay
actually
out
got
of
a lot of
this.
text about this. You're making a wicked tense for everybody. I should really just say I love Ellen. It's like this is just how we are anyway.
I love Kathe.
Yeah, and thanks so much for jumping in for me because I wasn't even stressed on 128, which I usually am, because it's just nice to have the friends that I have. I want to thank everybody who's been so awesome about this show. And in particular, this next person who is such a good friend of mine, and I don't even know how we got her on a Friday, but we did.
I love her. Yeah, she's super funny. As soon as you told me that we had her, I was like, what?
If you don't, some of you may not know her because she's always busy. She's always working. She has been at this game for 20 plus years. She is a legend. Put your hands together for Carolyn Plummer. Carolyn!
Yeah.
A legend of what? I am not a legend by any means, but it is good to be here. It's the pandemic, so I've got some time. I'm starting to book stuff now, but it's kind of far out. So it's coming back, everyone. It's coming back. And if you're one of those people that was excelling in the quarantine, we don't want to hear about it. You have those people that are like, I learned to crochet and I made 200 blankets and I'm doing this and now I speak French, and go fuck yourself. We don't want to know. Set up an Etsy shop and sell your blankets there. We don't want to hear your bullshit. We all want to get back to our normal lives. That's what we're striving for. We're just holding on. People are on edge, and I'm one of them. But I was at the grocery store before Christmas and I went to the deli, and the deli lady gave me attitude, a lot of attitude for no reason. I just wanted some fucking turkey. So she took forever to slice my turkey, and she said, can I get you something else? And I was about to make a snarky comment and I said, no, people are on edge. I better not. So I didn't get anything else because I had to be somewhere on Wednesday. So I was like, I can't. So I walked away, and thank God I did, because later I was looking for a bread bowl. I know I don't look like someone that would need a bread bowl, but I needed a bread bowl. I was going to a socially distanced pod of people Christmas party, and I was making an appetizer, and I thought it would be nice to put it in a bread bowl. Whatever, it's the 70s again, I guess. And I couldn't find one. So I'm in the deli area, bread area, trying to find a bread bowl. And two women come flying out of the bathroom and they're beating the crap out of each other. They end up in the bread aisle, which is near the deli area. And they knock the bread off the aisle. They're really going at it. One lady's bleeding. It's bad, right? And then I look over, it's the deli lady. Beating the crap out of a customer. And I am just enthralled, but trying to get out of the way. I'm always in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm trying to get out of the way, but I can't because the arrow's on the floor. It's tough. It's hard to know what to do. Christmas was weird. I got tested and I went to my brother's house. I know you're not supposed to do that, but it was fine. It was fine. No one got sick. We did it. I went to Hyde Park to get tested, which I've never even been to Hyde Park. That was interesting. Then I got vegetables for Christmas. Yeah. You look as excited as I was. Try to feign excitement getting vegetables for Christmas. Yeah, I got a subscription, no less, of vegetables. They come every 2 weeks. They come bi-weekly on off days or something. I don't know. I have to manage my box, which sounds dirty, but it isn't. And I have to manage this vegetable box. So the first week I picked bok choy. I like bok choy. I said, that's a good choice. They sent me enough bok choy for 2 weeks of cooking in a Chinese restaurant. Like 2 trees or bushes or bundles. I don't know what you call it. I had bok choy for days. I don't know if you're familiar with bok choy. It's a cruciferous vegetable, which means it has a lot of fiber. You can't eat that much bok choy in 2 weeks and have time to do anything else but go to the bathroom. So I'm still getting the vegetables. They're coming again. I'll have to pick it again this week and it'll come on Monday. Comes on Monday. So if anybody needs some Swiss chard, I have some. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm single. I know, shocker after all the bok choy I eat, but it's true. I'm single and my friends are trying to help me out now because they're all married or in relationships. So they told me this the other day. They're like, Carolyn, we talked about it. That's never good when your friends say that. They're like, we talked about it. We talked about it and we know you should go to meet a man because we talked about it. Okay. You should go to Home Depot. Yeah, that's where you're going to meet a man, Home Depot. So I went to Home Depot. I figured, why not? And I met a ton of men at Home Depot who thought I worked there. Asking me how much the mulch is. Can you direct me to the plumbing supplies? Hey, can you help me bring this lumber out to my car? You know what? I found out I'm strong. Not even wearing an apron, you dick. I tried everything. I tried the online dating, did not have a lot of success online. I think I was on the wrong website. I was on matchyouwithaserialkiller.com, I think is what it is. I met this one guy online. He said, on our first date, I'm going to do magic tricks for you. I was like, yeah, there's not going to be a first date. Another guy online. And I said, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just home reading a book, wearing pantyhose. Yeah, I'll let that sink in. That's a true story. So I asked him the next logical question. What book are you reading? I like to read. That was in my profile. I don't recall anything about pantyhose in yours, but I did meet this one guy. He seemed pretty cool. So we went to lunch. I walked in. I looked at him like, oh, this may have been a mistake. And he was looking at me like he was trying to figure out how much chloroform it would take to get me in the back of his van. He miscalculated. I'm just kidding. These are jokes. It's not funny. That's a horrible thing. But that's how you feel when you're online dating. Everyone's a serial killer. But we were talking. He was going through some change in his life. We all go through change. I'm not one of those people that judges. But he was, getting a divorce. He was separated from his wife. He was living in his parents' basement. So I said, oh, well, what's your plan? What's your long-term plan? And he said, well, just like that. Well, my grandmother's about to die. What? You start a sentence with my grandmother's about to die. Whatever comes next isn't good. Isn't good. He says, my grandmother's about to die and she's going to leave me some money and then I'm going to buy a house. I said, that's your plan? He said, yep, that's my plan. So I called the waiter over and I got everything to go. I paid the bill. And on the way out, he said, can I call you? Mm-hmm. I said, fucking no. I said, but can you give me your grandmother's number? Because I think she needs to know about your plan. So I'm still single. I tried to try some new things during quarantine, not crocheting or being obnoxious, but I did download a meditation app. I said, I've got all this time, why don't I try meditating? But I'm also cheap. So I downloaded a free meditation app to see if I'd like it before I purchased one. Well, they need to screen better for the people for the meditation app, in my opinion, because this person came on and they just said, listen to the soothing sounds of the waves. Now, I'm not against anyone with a lateral lisp. I think you can do whatever you want. Maybe a spokesperson for a meditation app isn't your forte. I'm just saying, because I couldn't hear the waves. All I heard was the lateral lisp. And now I'm going to get a stern letter from the Lateral Lisp Association of Massachusetts for doing that. I'm Carolyn Plummer. That's my time. Thanks.
Carolyn, thank you. Thank you, my friend. I miss you. It is exciting because some things like are opening up. Tomorrow I am doing a show in New Hampshire, and it's comedy and Irish step dancers.
Oh, I saw that show.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a palate cleanser. I'll tell you that.
You can't leave after they check you in, Kathy. You can't leave backstage after they check you in. So if you want a snack, bring some of those snack cakes behind you because they're not going to let you go out even to the lobby.
Carolyn, I'm actually just going to be an Irish step dancer. Like I used to take it. I'm not good, but I'm going to go. I'm going to do that instead. It's spent 16 hours on my hair. I'm going to go do that instead. Thanks, Carolyn. Before we wrap up our month, this month of Farris and Friends, first I want to thank everybody, but I do want to go back to our disclaimer at the beginning of this show about last month, and I know everyone loved Farris and Facts with Ellen, and so we do have a little clip to just cover us. Should I say, Dennis? Is that a good way to say it? Cover us?
I wouldn't call it that, but sure, why not?
Okay, let's roll.
It's Farris and Friends and Ellen.
If you know me, you know that I love animal facts, any type of animal facts. And today I found out that hippopotamuses were born with 5 legs, and at birth the mother eats one. And then I found this out today, and then I went to research it, and it's not true. So that's the first fact I found out.
Why are you trying to ruin our comedy show?
And then I thought that was funny that I thought that was real and it wasn't.
And then what I realized is that not only was that awful for my show, it was actually somebody else's YouTube channel stuff. So there's a lot of layers to this.
Animal facts. Daddy long-legged spiders actually have terrible relationships with their fathers. All hedgehogs still live with their parents. Hippopotamuses are born with 5 legs, but their mothers eat the 5th leg upon birth. Sorry, I'm tired. Hippopotamuses are born with 5 legs, but their mothers eat the 5th leg upon birth. Hippopotamuses
born with 5 legs upon birth.
Exactly. We're covering ourselves here. Ellen, if you want a segment, you have to work for it. You guys, this has been Farris and Friends. Thank you so much for being with us. Check us out next month. We're here every second Friday.
Everybody.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Caitlin. Show you guys. Thanks. Now you're dancing, Ellen?
Ellen, did you find that on TikTok? Is that where you saw that? Because I've seen those, the animal facts.
Yeah. I found her on TikTok, and I love her.
Sally was supposed to be on, but she had to work.
Really?
Yeah, she got caught in work. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. We were gonna do it.